Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another weekly wins with the Palmetto Mortgage Group. I've got Travis Blayton. He's our branch manager in Florence, South Carolina, and a top producer in our company. Good friend of mine, and honestly, one of the best producers that we have. So, was going to talk to you a little bit about one of the situations we had recently, trying to navigate and help you guys through the shelter-at-home orders and the shelter-in-place stuff with COVID-19 and everything that's going on. So, Travis, you have a cool story about a closing that we just facilitated about a week ago. If you don't mind, why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, so we had a um, new build that was on the books for about 60, 70 days, and impacted by all the stuff going on with the coronavirus. And so what we ended up doing was working with the attorney's office and real estate agents to set up a virtual closing where we use Facebook Live for the attorney's office to witness the borrower signing all the documentation, met with the realtor in their office, so she was able to then take the package that the attorney sent her after it was signed in FedEx that next day, and facilitate still getting the loan closed on time, borrower the keys, and into their house before the weekend.
So, and if I remember correctly, it was an FHA loan, right? So there's a lot of people out there saying that, you know, a lot of companies aren't doing government loans in business right now, but this is a loan that we closed last week that was an FHA loan. Rate was in the low threes, and then we were able to facilitate the closing, basically electronically or virtually, so we didn't expose the consumer to any unnecessary risk. Is that right?
Absolutely, yeah, and it's opened up conversation that I've been able to have with other attorneys with other closings that we may have to look to do the same thing, to prevent any delay in closing, that sort of thing, on other files as well.
Yeah, so that's really cool. Speaking of that, like what else are you seeing out there in the market as far as a realtor? What should they be focusing on as start as to facilitate loans and closings and things like that?
I mean, we're still seeing a market where we're getting applications in, we're issuing pre-approvals. Agents are doing virtual showings, or seeking a seller's permission to show the property if it's not vacant. Um, some advice I've been giving agents is now's a good time to get back to the basics, right? Call in past database, touching base with them. How are you doing? Anything I can do for you? Friends, family that are looking to buy or sell, working your sphere of influence, and setting up new listings for the future. If someone's hesitant to list right now, well, let's talk about some additional things we can do to your house to get your house ready once we get the virus under control and everything starts to get back to normal, so that boom, you're right back on the market and we can get the thing sold.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we're hearing people predict, and honestly, I'm buying into is that you see a lot of people that are adhering to the quarantine. They're stuck at home, maybe with their spouse for the first time if they're not working, outside of the home. You've got kids at home. You've got people that are going to realize a need for more space or a different location, things like that. Just facilitated from being stuck where they were, and so I think we're going to see a lot of pent up demand once we get back rolling again. Is that kind of what you're hearing?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think we're in for, late August, September, a good couple months run where pent up demand and a new supply is going to meet and converge, and we're going to have a super successful market for a while.
And then with the interest rate market, you're going to see rates continue to stay low for an extended period of time. So it seems like, while we're in the midst of this craziness, the silver lining is that we know there's a light at the end of the tunnel. There's an end in sight to this, and then when it happens, we're going to have a big rush of business, and everybody's going to be jumping for joy, for lack of a better analogy there.
Absolutely, I agree. You're going to have a lot of buyers that have the ability to move up in a price bracket and have a new buyer pool who may not have been able to qualify prior to, but when you have rates in high twos, low three area, they're going to be able to start looking for homes. So you're going to have a increased buyer pool for sure.
Cool. Well, man, I appreciate your time today telling us that story. That's the kind of message that we want to get out to all of our referral partners is that, here we're at the Palmetto Mortgage Group, we're able to work through and navigate these times as different as they are from the status quo that was a couple of months ago. We're here for you. We're going to help you through it. And we'll see you on the other side, hopefully a little bit better than we were before.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I appreciate your time, man.
All right. We'll see you later.
Yes, sir.